Hello, it's Sunday again. It's time for my small talk. Um, Welcome, everybody. The topic that I am going to tackle today is the correlation between affirmation and faith. What is there? We're going to answer answer the question: what is in affirmation that could result to faith? When you start with the affirmation, you normally don't believe what it is saying or what the statement is. In the first place, affirmation is defined as a declaration of truth to yourself. It is a statement or a proposition that is declared as true. That is the reality. That is what is true, and but you are not familiar with in the beginning. The wonders of one of the wonders of making affirmation is it helps eliminate negative and limiting beliefs and would gradually eradicate from your system or replace from your system those word I can't, I can. Say no, I can't do that. No, it is impossible. That is impossible to happen in my life. But if you continuously do the affirmation, those negative things, those you cannot believe, will um, gradually be injected, if you like, into your mind, into your subconscious mind, and you will gradually begin to believe with the understanding that faith is the loudest medium of communication that the soul will hear and will also respond to whatever you ask, whatever you tell yourself that is the soul self. Whatever you tell your soul to do or to happen will happen if you will tell it through the language of faith. Now, the relationship between affirmation and faith is that affirmation gradually changes your negative core beliefs into positive ones, and in the long run, you will be free from any negative thoughts. For example, if you dream of or if you have a goal and then you cannot believe that it can happen, you write it in the form of affirmation. In the beginning, as I repeatedly say, you cannot believe what you are writing. Uh, But there are also rules in writing affirmation. When you write affirmation, you have to say the word I am. Because I am there is your soul, is your essence as a human being. That is the soul, the I am. And you include some action words like I am so happy driving my new car. Driving there is the action word. So it triggers imagination in your subconscious mind. Driving, huh? So imagination is you can see yourself driving, or I am enjoying my life now in my new house. So those are propositions which you declare as true to yourself. In doing that, what is important is first you write, and then you write it regularly every day, 20 times a day for 28 days. You continuously write it until your mind memorizes it, even if you are not writing it, even if you are not writing, even if you are walking, uh, even if you are going shopping, it keeps repeating in your head. I remember this affirmation, which is problems resolve themselves. Every time I can sense that there is a problem, I always hear in my mind which says, oh, don't worry, problems resolve themselves and life supports itself. In my Facebook, I write an affirmation every day. And each affirmation, I write each affirmation 20 times or 20 days. So I put there day 1, day 2, day 3. Those of you who don't understand, who are asking, what are these things she's writing? Sometimes I have an affirmation there which I say, I love and accept myself completely as I am. Once that kind of affirmation sticks in your head, in your mind, nobody can say you're bad. You have no right to say that because you already have affirmed that you love yourself. When you have a friend, you will not you won't care whether she's ugly or beautiful, whether she's pretty or whether she has some physical defects. She's your friend. So you care for your friend, your best friend, because she's your friend. So do it to yourself. Whatever you see in yourself as a, oh, I'm not really beautiful because I have many scars, my skin is not smooth, or I have big eyes, or you don't see or you don't care about those defects. You love yourself completely. Do not say, I really hate, I really hate myself because there is nothing I do that results to anything good. When I take exam, I fail. When I have so many failures, I have so many flaws, I have so many defects. So I cannot love myself. No, you should love yourself. If you say, I love myself completely as I am, it's not blind. You see your defects, you see your faults or your flaws, and yet you still love yourself because that is your only self. Um, you have to accept, you love and accept yourself completely, including your faults, including your flaws. Okay. Our subject matter is the correlation between affirmation and faith. I remember again my best friend. I always remember her. Um, there was one time she said, "You know, I'm really ugly. My nose is very big here and this." I said, "That's only your nose. If your nose is not perfect, that does not show that you are not also that you are ugly. If your nose is ugly, maybe your nose is ugly, but it's not. You are not all nose. You are the whole you. Tell yourself every day that you are beautiful, that you accept yourself completely as you are. Uh, you accept your nose because that is your nose, unless maybe you hate it enough to change it to have a nose lift or what. It's up to you. What's important is you love yourself completely. You're not blind. You see your defects, you see your faults, and yet you can still love yourself. That is what affirmation can do to you. The more you say, the longer, the more regularly I love myself completely as I am, you will really love yourself because you can believe in what you are saying, and that is faith, and your soul can hear that. And there are many miracles that can happen to a beautiful person. Once upon a time, I really thought that I was ugly, really ugly, because my cousin, the relatives, my father would say I was ugly. I have very wide face. I have very small nose. It's not proportionate to my wide face. I have big eyes. I have thick lips, and maybe my skin and my face is not bad, but I had some scars, especially my very big scar in my leg that I was talking about. So I really thought I was ugly. When I look at magazines of, we look at the pictures of this of beauty pageant in the magazines, I always felt sorry for myself. Oh my God, why am I so ugly? Why am not as beautiful as them? Their legs are very beautiful. Their skin are flawless. Their everything beautiful is not me. I must be ugly. And that kind of feeling ugly and believing that you're ugly, does not bring you any good. Um, if you are ugly, if you feel you're ugly, that means you feel that your personality is, you're ashamed. You're ashamed of your personality. So when there is a wanted for a job, pleasing personality, then immediately you will say, ah, I cannot qualify for that because my personality is not pleasing. Unlike these days, there are so many ways already to make yourself look beautiful. But remember, beauty is from the inside. That beauty that comes from inside makes you glow. You glow. We are not like mannequins that are perfectly beautiful, perfect nose, perfect eyes, perfect form, but is not doing anything, just standing there, a statue. We are not statues. We are living beauty. We become beautiful when we close our eyes or when we talk or when we express our inner self. When we express our soul, that is how beauty comes out. Would you call a person who is always angry, who's always pouting, who is always uh, the she's beautiful supposedly, but the expression of the face is very sad, and does she still looks beautiful? The person is beautiful is the person who glows, is very happy, who is a good listener. Those are the personalities that make a person beautiful. And the way one moves, the demeanor, those are the things that make human beings beautiful. That's why beauty is from the inside. Because a beautiful soul reflects itself in the outside. So, the relationship between how you see yourself, how you look at yourself. If you say, "Oh, I'm not beautiful because I am very short, I cannot pass a pageant." Well, unless that is your ambition, you have to change it. You have to change your plan to something you are fitted because there are so many places in this world where you can fit yourself, your ability, your the whole person, the whole you. Do not compare yourself to others. See the beauty that is you, and then see also the beauty of others as their own beauty. Your beauty is your own, theirs is theirs. Just like flowers. A rose is very beautiful, it's a beautiful flower. A daisy is also a beautiful flower. You don't compare them. They're beautiful in their own right, in their own species. So, we become beautiful if we love and accept ourselves completely as we are. We are already beautiful because each of us is unique. If you if you behave or if you live your own self, your natural self, you are beautiful, unique to you, to your beauty. Now, like I said, whatever whatever is the truth that whatever is your truth, you write it into the form of affirmation. If you will say, "No, I can't believe that I am really beautiful. No, I am not really beautiful." Well, if that is so how you see yourself, then you have to change that in the form of affirmation. You say, "I am beautiful." Nothing else. Do not try to explain. Do not say, I am beautiful in my own right. I am beautiful inside. Now, I am beautiful. Repeat that to yourself, and don't feel insecure just because your best friend or your sister you think is more beautiful than you. I have heard these girls, some girls, I have been to the wrong place sometimes. When I was younger, I would go around and then I met some girls who are really unbelievable. Uh, I went to, yeah, there was one time I went to buy vegetables. And then there was this woman who was, she was full of jewelry, uh, all gold. And she had a van. We were buying vegetables from Baguio and we were in one line. I was there to buy only as a few amount of vegetables. Uh, but she was there to buy big basket. Maybe she's a very big family. And she acted like she was the most beautiful, she was the richest, she was whatever it is in her mind. I was already on in the line. I was next to the person who had just paid his purchases. And then this woman in right in front of me, where I was supposed to be next, she put all her vegetables there in the kilo in the kilo, which meant she would go ahead of me. Of course, I cannot allow that to happen. Nobody can do that to me. Nobody can do any unreasonable thing to me. If I have to be angry, then I get angry. So I took the vegetable she put there, and put it on the table. Then I put mine. I said, uh, follow the rules. This is I am next. And oh my God, she was very angry, very, very, very angry. She yelled at me. And she was a prostitute, a prostitute that an American, um, not really marry, took as a live-in partner. Everybody knew that. And then she was very angry at me and she yelled at me, ugly old lady. She called me ugly old lady. And of course, I cannot allow anybody to say that to me. I am very assertive. He said, you know what? You shut up. You shut up because you don't know me. Then I was already a professor at the time. I was just wearing slippers and short pants because I was just buying vegetables. And then she said, you don't know me too. And who are you to say that to me? You're a very ugly old lady. I said, you just shut up. Then she would almost, she was really into fighting me. But the people around who knew me, they told her, do you know that you are yelling to a professor? You have not even graduated high school? How dare you do that to her? So these people were taking side of me. Then that kind of attitude where you are very logical, insensible, is a very bad personality. Her face, because she was young, her face can pass for a pretty, but you look at her skin, very rough skin, scars, you can really say that she had grown up in a big mountain. I did not even say that. Uh, and she was calling me ugly because she cannot see beauty in every person. And even she knows that she is ugly. If you think you are ugly, you look at people as ugly too. Because if you hate somebody, if you're angry at somebody, you cannot see what is the beauty in the person. And I could be in a fighting mood because I admit I also have my own tantrum, but I call it a righteous anger. I only get angry when I am reasonable, that I can defend my anger. Because it's not bad to be angry, but just put it in the right perspective. Okay, so I think I don't think I would make this discussion very long. Uh, the point in this topic is first, you do the affirmation to develop the faith. Because why do we develop the faith? Okay, we do the affirmation to develop the faith because affirmation is a proposition that declares what is true, whether you can believe it or not at first. The longer and more regular you do the affirmation, your faith will be developed. And why do we develop faith? Because faith is the loudest and most effective medium of communication to your soul. And why do we have to communicate with our soul? Because it is the soul that brings miracles in our lives. So, there are four basic steps. The affirmation that develops into faith, and the faith that can be heard by our soul, and the soul that does everything miraculous in our lives. Okay, I hope you got the idea. And once again, I am encouraging you to buy my book. Uh, you learn a lot. Uh, don't you know that just in reading, we become what we are reading. If you are reading fantasy things and novels all the time, uh, you are lost from your own self because you get into the character of the person in the. I'm not saying it's bad. It depends on what you read. If you read hateful or horror or fearful things, that develops in you even without you knowing it. So, read my book. As you read along, something in your soul is going to change. And that is our objective. We spice up our soul so that our lives will have many miracles. Okay, you can remember you can get my book from Amazon. Thank you for watching. Till next Sunday.